Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Volmer Live. I'm just going to shut this down a bit to see whether or not we'll get a better. The sun comes in this way, and generally speaking, you can't really see what's going on. So let's try it this way. So today, bear with me one moment. I'm just trying to see what's. There we go. I just want to see if I can't see the comments on there, that I can see the comments coming up on here. Right. Hello, Dave from Cotter's Moor. Welcome to the stream. Hello, Dragon Junction. Welcome to the stream. I know it's a bit of an impromptu stream. It wasn't really advertised, and I won't be too long today. You're still trying to do your editing. Yeah, that's why it's easier to go live, Alan. So today I've got a Locomotive review, really. The reason why, hello Anthony from Strathmore, welcome to the stream. Hello Gary Tate, welcome to the stream. So the reason why I'm doing it is because basically Hornby have recently released it, and during my I've already had a look at it, and I've already had a bit of a play with it, and so there are certain things I really wanted to make. I really wanted to make clear to you guys if you should purchase this particular locomotive. I think, should I switch the lights on? Will that be a bit better? Because the lighting seems a bit. Let me just try and see if the lighting improves slightly. Hello, Peter Dixon. Welcome to the stream. So what is today's locomotive to look at? Well, Hornby have released quite a few locomotives recently. Some more 66s, Malcolms. There's a couple of Malcolms that they released, a Freightliner released. But the one that I went for was something a little bit different. And it is this. This is a Hornby Railroad GBRF Class 47. And it is 47339, and the code for this is R3906. Now, is that related to? Was that remark relating to me, Alan? And yeah, I went and got it because actually I had a bit of good fortune yesterday, and I wanted to sort of let you guys know about this particular locomotive because it does actually have a little quirk to it. And I thought, well, let me tell you about it because it's kind of slightly different. And 47s these days are on the main line are pretty rare. No, I've only Dave Cottesmore. So 47s are pretty rare indeed on the main line these days, and they tend to be. I am going to show you. I'm just getting it out, Alan. Give me a minute. So a little bit of history on the 47 739, and it's an ex Colas 47, which has been basically taken on by GBRF and repainted. And I was doing a few looks on YouTube on it, and basically, let me get a bit closer to see what it did. And currently, this particular 47 tends to be doing a lot of drags. And what I mean by drags, for those of you who aren't familiar with those, it tends to kind of do moving of units with barrier vehicles, and it tends to be, hello Colin Wicks, welcome to the stream, and it tends to be doing a lot of, like, in conjunction with another 47, basically having barrier vehicles, and ends up pulling units around, moving them around, moving stock around basically, and that's tend to be what they're doing, they're being used for. Also, the good news is, from my point of view, is they're also using it for rail tours. So you can stick a bunch of coaches behind this and use it um, as a rail tour loco. Ah, Peter, well, if you like this, you'll like the price. This particular 47 has cost me the princely sum of just £67 brand new. So that is £67 brand new from my local model shop. Other retailers may charge you more. I believe I think some are still to be pre-ordered, but I was quite lucky. Now, like I said, this is essentially a railroad, as you can tell by the box. There's a few things about it. One of the things that stood out to me when I saw this was the actual application of delivery. It just literally stood out, and it didn't look like to me. It didn't look like a railroad version or an ex-Lima version. It is at DCC ready. It's 8-pin. It's 8-pin ready. It does actually have a hole in the chassis, directly in the chassis in the middle, so you can put your speaker in it. So it's ready to take a round speaker, not a rectangular one. There's a hole for the round speaker. However, there is plenty of space if you want to put a mega bass speaker or whatever speaker of your choice. It does have traction tyres, and the other thing I would say about this is it is very light. So it could probably do with some weight. However, it ran very well on DC. On DCC, I've put an 8-pin chip into this, and it is an older chip, so I don't think it's really suitable, to be honest. It is a bit stuttery, but it's okay now. It's running. To be honest, it hasn't had much runtime, but I wanted to bring you this review because there's a few things about this Loco that you should know. First of all, it's got these slightly bigger couplings than usual, but you can take them out because they are NEM couplings. So if you want to pop these out and put KDs on it, or you want to put your standard NEM couplings, you can do that. But the main thing about this Locomotive, that if you should get one of these, is that this isn't like a standard Hornby Loco where it's just clipped in. So you could just I wouldn't say they're the big decouplings, they're the kind of intermediate ones, I'd say, because they're not like the original ones, which are like really huge. But these are the intermediate ones. But like I said, you can soon easily swap these out for a coupling of your choice because they are designed to come out. So let me just make sure. Yep, there you go, look. Oh, there you go, so I've just taken that out. So there you go, you can just pop that out. But the main thing about this is that this isn't like a lot of the Hornby Locos where you just pop the body off, and that's very important to tell you, because what you need to do is you need to remove the buffers. The buffers are interlocked between the body and the chassis. So you need to, and that's important because I know many of us will and I almost did it, just automatically just open it thinking it's another Hornby, just grab your fingernails, pop it underneath the body and pop it off. But this has got the buffers attached to the body through the chassis. So you need to be really careful when removing these. You need to twist them. Well, I twisted them, whether you choose to use power tools or your fingers. I just used my fingers to twist them, and 3 of them came off really nicely. One of them was pretty stiff in there, but I did manage to get it out without damaging it. So you just have to be a little bit careful as not to damage it, but the buffers do go through the body and through the chassis. And I think the detailing is great. The only thing I would say is that if you're really, really fussy, that the real 47439 has got slightly different buffers. They're not rectangular and they're not oval, but they are sort of between oval and rectangular. So these aren't quite the right buffers that Hornby have put on it, if you're going to be that picky about it. But it's a lovely detailed Locomotive. It is a bit on the light side, I have to say, but it does run really well. The detailing and the actual livery is really crisp, And like I said, for 67 quid, for a brand new locomotive, I think is absolutely fantastic, to be honest. So let's just pop the coupling back in. She says. There you go. And oh, I don't think I've popped that in properly. Sorry. Yeah, it's a Hornby 47. I think that's in there. I think that's it. Yeah. So once again, before I put it onto the track, the R number is, that's the box, and it is R3906, once again, for those of you that are interested. And if I just quickly show you the instructions, as some people would call it, it does actually say yeah, I mean, this hasn't got any lights or anything to it. I don't know if anyone can put lights into it. I'm sure, yeah, it is, it is, but I think what Hornby have done, they call this the enhanced livery, and it's a class 47, and I think it's really nicely detailed, and I think for the price, I think it's absolutely brilliant, and basically you don't get too many 47s on the main line now. So trying to find a 40, if you like 47s, it's quite difficult to find a 47 that you can run really in this day and age, unless you've got kind of like a Colas one, or maybe like I say, like this one. You could probably get away with using some large logo stuff because they do have a few painted up, or like I said, if you have the rule of one, which is you just kind of, it's my layout, I do what I want with it. But it is nicely detailed. The bogies have got some nice detail pick out. It's got this this logo on the side here, which is correct. It's got the GB rail freight. So this has only got a chip in it. It hasn't actually got any sound in it as yet. So the instructions do actually say to you, if you can see them, that you do have to remove the buffers. It's quite clear, but I know that many of us will probably just leave the instructions on the box and not bother looking at them. So that's why it's important that I kind of point it out, just in case that some of you do go ahead and buy it and try and pull the body off, because it does say quite clearly not to do that. Also on the bottom, it tells you that there's a hole there where you put your speaker, and the hole's directly in the chassis, so that's where you put the round speaker if you choose to use that particular speaker. I know many people probably wouldn't bother and just automatically swap it out, but obviously the choice is yours and the space is there provided for you to do so. So what I'm going to do is has anyone got any questions before I stick it on the track? Because I'm going to just put it on the track and you can see it sort of running. So I'm just going to do that, spin you around, and here is the layout. Now I did clear the main line, so hopefully we'll be able to run it. Right, I think that's on. Now I just need to be careful because I know what I'm like. I don't check the points and then they go absolutely bananas and it crashes on me. So I don't think there's anything on the track. So let's go have a look, see at it running. So let me just recall that. 4739. The tracks do need some cleaning still, I should say. It's because there's probably still bits from where it's just recently been ballasted. It's just coming around again. It's just sort of... So it really is a nice little bargain price locomotive. I don't think you can argue with the price. I don't think you can argue with the way it looks. And I think it just looks really, really presentable. And I will just bring it back into shot. Right, so it's just coming into shot. Sorry, this is my controller. I'm having issues with it. So that's what it looks like, and that's what it's running. I have got a TTS 47 chip on one of my other Batman 47s, but I can't fit it onto that one because I hardwired it to the other one. So I was wondering whether I might still put a chip in this. I think it's going to get one anyway, to be honest, a sound chip. So has anyone else got any questions on that, or does anyone want to ask anything about it? Like I said, I got it for £67. I think they normally retail in there about 70, but I guess it depends which model shop you go to. The other thing, whilst I'm here, is my HST, the Intercity Exec livery, is now up and running, and that's got two chips in it, and that's now running fine. So I've got that one back up and running, and this HST in the middle is basically now got mega bass speakers in it. Now, a little while ago, bear with me a minute, I'm not really monitoring the chat. Alan, who's on the stream, was talking about a bit of reverb that he was getting off one of his 66s. I'm getting a bit of reverb off of that one there, the one in the middle, but I'll let you listen to it anyway before we go. Let's do a recall 4302. There we go. Yeah, that's it. And so that's got two mega bass speakers, one at each end. I've just also upgraded the speaker. I just upgraded one of my other HSTs that's got Valenta sound in it. Let me see if we can see that one. I don't know if the camera's picking up the reverb, but there is a little bit of reverb. No problem, Johnson Street. Well, thanks for joining. Right, spin that around. So the reverb's coming from the front power car, this one here. Just gonna stop over there. I'll just shut that down for now. So let's have a little closer look at this. Oopsie, here we go. So that's how it looks. I think it looks absolutely great. Oops, sorry, I'll zoom this out a bit. That's probably a bit better. So that's my 47. I think it looks great. You can use it for engineers, rail tours, all sorts of stuff. Just have a look online as to what it does. That will give you a rough idea. Hello, Roy Watson. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, it is a Hornby X Lima. It is quite light. You do have to be careful when removing the body to make sure you remove the buffers first, and also it's got the slightly bigger decouplings on it. Hello, Woven with Model Railway. So I don't know if anyone's got any questions to ask. Please feel free to do so. But that's pretty much the sort of end of the stream, really. I just wanted to show it to you because I know it's a new release, and basically if any of you were to get it, it was just to sort of give you a rough idea of what it's like. No, it's okay. It wasn't really announced, to be honest with you. It was just me kind of doing my thing. I wasn't even sure. I literally picked up the 47 this morning, and I stuck a chip in it, and like I said, I think if it had the TTS chip in it. Hello, Gary Horsepower, welcome to the stream. So yeah, so for those of you who've missed out, I've literally just, thank you, Peter. Yeah, I haven't finished the ballasting yet. I've still got the far end to do on the railway by the station. Hello, Sparky 107 107, and good afternoon. And since I've got a few more people on, I'll stay on for a bit longer because I'll show you some of the other bits that I've also got. So bear with me a minute. I've also got this, which is a Colas Class 60, and this is R3901, and this is the latest version of it. And right, okay, thank you, Gary. And basically, this is my third version of this Colas 60. I've had a few issues with this 60. The first one shorted out. The second one, the engine had seized, and then this one is a bit of a hybrid between what was a DB Schenker body chassis on a Colas body. So we've got there in the end. It's also got sound. It hasn't got, it's just got the standard sound at the moment. And it's also a very nice, beautiful locomotive. And I love my 60s actually, but this one hasn't been out just purely because I've been doing so much work on the railway. There's basically, I just haven't sort of run any trains really this last 2 weeks, just purely because I've been doing a lot of work on it. So what I'll do is I'll quickly pan you around again. So basically what I've essentially done is I've now moved the turning circle, which was down the bottom there, over here. I've created this little roundabout, and what I've done is I've made these little planters. You can see there's one there, and there's 3 on the roundabout. And basically they're just car registration caps, you know, that you put when you screw the number plate to the car, and you've got the caps that go over it. So I've used those, and they're yellow, and then I've put some tufts in it, and it just looks like planters, and you've just got instant planters, and that's really, really great. The other thing, I'm just going to take you off the tripod, and I will show you in closer detail. There you go. There's your little caps there. The roundabout was marked using a cup or a mug of appropriate size. And then I basically had a load of matchsticks, which I cut in bits to create the circuit for the roundabout. And then I just painted it into the black and white, which isn't extremely common these days. But I was watching a video from Felixstowe Port, and they had it roundabout just like that, so I decided to recreate that. Hello, Susanna. Thank you, thank you. Sorry, hello, Paul. I should say, not Susanna. Hello, Paul. Apps. Thank you for joining the stream. Get my words out shortly. Also, I've added the barrier for the out. I've also moved the cabin over here. Yeah, the planters are really cheap. You can also go to B&Q and catch them, because you can they're the same sort of caps that you use for when you kind of put furniture together and you put the screws in. It's that kind of thing. So you can get them like from Wilco's and B&Q, places like that. I've also done some road markings. Thank you, Gary, for the kind compliments. Also down at this side, I've decided that the vehicles will be parked up over here, so they're just here out the way for now. I've got another one of these planters here, look, which sits quite nicely. So that's something else I've been doing. If I move you back right down this end, I've got the crane here, but I'm going to move that out of the way for the minute. I've also coned off this area, put some markings for the containers, and I've also done some road markings here. And there's also some road markings along the back there, and I think there's also another planter there. And as you can see, platform 1 is actually been ballasted, but I haven't done 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that's what's left to do, and then that will be done. But I do have one slight issue. Oh yeah, the other thing I've done is I've also tidied up the station area by putting in the bus stop bays and redid the concrete at the back. I've also tidied up this corner and married that in as well, so that doesn't look so, because before it was just plain, it just didn't have anything and it just needed tidying up, so I've just tidied that up as well. But I do have an issue on platform 4 with I think one of the rails is off the fish plate or resting on top of the fish plate. So my EMU just derails on it. All the others are fine. So I need to just address that before I ballast that corner. Yeah, well, the thing is, as the layout progresses and as we start getting to a point where it's starting to get finished, it's kind of a bit like Peter Dixon and his layout, and he's pretty much got it sorted, but he keeps adding all these little fine pieces of detail, which then brings it to life, and that's kind of sort of how I'm going. Oh yeah, the other thing is, let me take you to the town scene quickly. I've done the lights. So these lights are the same Poundland lights with holes through, poked through. They all work. So bear with me a minute. And they are connected like this at the moment. This again needs tidying up. So I'm going to tidy this up as well. So this is something that needs doing as well. But it's all coming along. It's getting there eventually, slowly but surely. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the progress and how it's looking at the moment. Let me just bring the camera over here. So I'm going to put you back on the tripod. In that way, you're more stable. That's it. Right. Neat trick. What with the lights? And I'm just trying to get through a lot of this now and trying to do. I've got some more lighting to do. I'm still trying to work out how I'm going to put the lighting on my crane. I then also want to put more lighting on the actual container terminal itself. So what I'm going to do is, I've got these kind of yellow marked sort of areas here where I could probably put a light there. There's probably another down that end where there's some yellow boxes there. I could probably put another light down there. I wanted to try and see if I can get some lighting put into the crane, but I'm not sure how I'm going to do that yet. And also, to be honest with you, it's kind of like at the moment, I've got these I've got these sidings here. So that gives me room for 4 trains, and they're generally my HSTs that I have parked up here. But obviously, because I've been doing a lot of work down this end, they've all been parked at the far end. But generally, and then I've got some additional siding on the window where the train care depot is. So there are some options. There just isn't a huge amount of options for freight apart from containers, because this is where the containers live. But I do have tanks, I do have other freight that I'd like to run, but unfortunately, because of the space constraints, it's just the way it is. Oh, so this was supposed to be just a quick railway Loco review, and it's turned out to be a bit more than that. But guess since I've been on for a little while now, just before I go, I will actually quickly go over what I was actually doing on this stream to begin with, and that's basically, bear with me a minute. Basically, I picked up this new release from Hornby, this 47, and it's really nice 47. It's a real bargain basement 47, and it's brand new for just under 70 quid. And I think it's DCC ready, 8-pin DCC ready. The actual livery application is really fantastic, and to remove the body, like I said, you just need to be careful removing the body, because you need to remove the buffers first. I just carefully twisted them off. Yeah, I know that I believe there's also some Malcolm 66s that have been released. And they're actually really nice as well, actually. 2 Malcolm 66s and a Freightliner 66. The other 47s I've seen are the Royal 47s. I'm not sure if there is any other ones, but this is the one that when I saw in the shop, I just kind of thought, yeah, this is really, really nice. You know, it's really, really detailed. I mean, compared to what you used to get before back in the day, I mean, you can't really argue at the price. I mean, you can have this basically, if I was to get the sound chip for this, it would have cost me 105 all in for the Loco and the sound chip. And, you know, that's kind of unheard of. I mean, a brand new Batman or brand new sort of super detailed Hornby will cost you in the region of about 150 standard. So, and some maybe a bit later, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less, but generally around the 150. So to think that you could get a really nice locomotive like this and put a sound chip in it all for about 105 quid is just like really, really great value, I think. And it is a nice addition to the railway, I think. And like I said, you can put this on the rail tours. Like I said, because I did actually check, like I said, I did check on YouTube, and it does do various things. Yeah, exactly, because there are some people who turn around and say, look, I really can't stand Hornby Railroad stuff with the traction tyres. I really don't like traction tyres. Other people don't mind. Other people just think, no, I'd rather spend the extra, you know. But this particular livery is only available in this Hornby Railroad range. So if it's something that you want, if you wanted to get it as a Batman version, then you'd probably have to get a respray done and get somebody to do that respray job for you. So, you know, you take your choice, really. I mean, I'm really happy with this one. I don't think there's anything too far wrong with this at all. And I'm really pleased with it. So until the next time, it's bye from me, and thanks for tuning in. And I'm really pleased, considering I didn't really give much notice, that a lot of you turned up to actually watch. So until the next time. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, some people don't. To be honest with you, it doesn't bother me too much. So, like I said, it's goodbye from me, and until the next time. And I'm going to be commenting. There's loads of comments I need to catch up with. So I did do a couple of videos which I still haven't got round to commenting on people. So I need to do that. But because I've only literally just got that, I just wanted to give you a quick heads up. So until the next time, continue commenting, continue subscribing, and thanks for your support. So bye for now. Bye everybody. Bye bye.